Hi, this is Mato. Welcome to my online chess lecture. Tricks, traps and blunders. Let's start. d4, f5, the Dutch defense. e4. Pawn takes pawn on e4. Knight to c3. e5. White to move. Which pawn should white capture? What would you do? Play with white pieces played, queen to h5 check. g6. Queen takes pawn on e5 check. Queen to e7, queen takes rook and black resigned. Next game. d4, f5, another Dutch defense. e4, f takes on e4, knight to c3, but this time knight to f6. Bishop to g5, black to move. Perhaps knight to c6 should have been considered, or maybe c6. Instead, play with the black pieces played h6. White to move. Should white take the knight, or play bishop to h4? Play with the white pieces, capture the knight. Pawn takes bishop. White to move. Is knight takes pawn on e4 the best move, or maybe there is a better move? White to move. And to checkmate in one. Queen to h5, checkmate. Next game. d4, knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to c3, and now instead of bishop to b4, play with the black pieces played b6. e4, bishop to b4 now, bishop to d3, d6, white to move. Should white play knight to f3, or knight to e2, or maybe something else? What would you do? White played a move and black resigned, and the move is queen to a4 check. Black resigned in view of discontinuation. And from b to d7, queen takes bishop. Next game. e4, b6, bishop to c4, bishop to b7 attacking the pawn. White to move. Perhaps knight to c3 is not a bad move. Instead of defending the pawn, play with the white pieces played knight to f3. Bishop takes pawn on e4. White to move. How would you continue? What would you do in this position if you had white pieces? Play with the white pieces played knight to g5. Black to move, and this is the critical position. d5 should have been considered. Instead, play with the black pieces played bishop to g6. h4, threatening h5. f6, attacking the knight. What is the best square for the knight? What would you do? White played the move and black resigned, and the move is h5. Play with the black pieces resigned in view of discontinuation. Pawn takes knight. Pawn takes bishop, threatening checkmate. After, say, d5, check. After c6, rook takes on h7. Rook takes rook. Pawn takes rook. And after knight to f6, white plays the obvious. The pawn promotes to an action hero with a spiky hair. Next game. e4, a5, bishop to c4, b6, white to move. What is better, d3 or knight to f3? What would you do? Or maybe there is another move. Well, there is. Play with white pieces played bishop takes on f7 check. King takes bishop. Queen to h5 check. King to e6. Queen to d5 check. King to f6. White to move and to play the obvious, and the obvious is queen to f5. checkmate. That was a punishment for playing a5 move. Next game. e3, d6, knight to f3, knight to d7, bishop to d3, b6, knight to g5, h6. How should white continue? Knight to f3, knight to e4, knight to h3. What would you do? Player with the white pieces played knight to e6, attacking the queen. Pawn takes knight. White to move and to checkmate in one, and the move is bishop to g6 checkmate. Next game. d4, f5, another Dutch defense. g4, f takes on g4, h3, knight to f6, h takes on g4, knight takes on g4, queen to d3, threatening rook takes pawn on h7, maybe. Knight to f6, white to move. How would you continue? White played a move and black resigned, and the move is rook takes pawn on h7. Player with the black pieces resigned in view of this continuation. Rook takes rook, queen to g6, checkmate. And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.